Hello, who's still awake tonight? It's 11:50. It's almost Sunday, September 9th. 2 more days to September 11th. Lisa McNamee, hello, how are you? How is your night going? I'm okay. I had a lot of people over here tonight. I made a bunch of giant hamburgers and hot dogs and dumplings. It's been going pretty good. Stayed home all day long with my daughter. She's a little sick, so we weren't able to go out today. You could see I didn't shave, a little scruffy. Yeah, they were pretty good. The burgers were like that thick. They were huge. Yeah, she's feeling a little better. She was all sniffly this morning and crying, and she's feeling better now. I made her pancakes. It was a pretty good breakfast. Pancakes and sausage. For some reason, she's not like into eggs anymore. She used to really like eggs, and now she's shying away from eggs. She goes, "I hate eggs, Daddy." Yeah, they actually came out pretty good. I still have some hamburger buns left over, and the hot dogs aren't bad either. Usually, what I do is I'll take a hamburger and put a hot dog on it, and that's pretty good. But I was able to get Munster cheese, and you really can't taste the Munster cheese on a hamburger. You gotta technically have like yellow cheese, but I had Munster cheese, and I went with it. I'm going to grab Michael Malloy. What's up, buddy? You didn't miss anything. I'm going to see if I have. I guess I'll drink one of these. That's my treat for all the hard work I did. Is this a twist off? Yes, it is. I'm going to twist it off with my Adidas shirt. Great to see you too, Soviet Russian. Ugh. This is a twist off? Hmm. Be right back. Good old bartender's tool. And then my friend brought over a whole bunch of ice cream. Paranormal Mama, hello. And how are you tonight? Soviet Russian. Michael Malloy. Well, I have here Smirnoff Ice Orange. This is delicious. The apple flavor is horrible. Do not buy it. Cheers. Doing well. Looks like you have something good to drink. Yeah, these are so good. So refreshing. Mm. So how's the Russian beer compared to the American beer? Canadian beer is pretty good. Not too much. It's 5.8. It's more than a beer or some beer. But the thing with these is you can slam these things down. You know, it's not like drinking a beer where the hops hold back a little bit. This thing is just sweet. It just goes down. That's yeah, anything Smirnoff, Mike, like that, that's ice alcohol. Smirnoff. But what they put in here is they put Everclear. So instead of putting, I think, like vodka or rum or gin or anything like that, they just put Everclear. Rolling Rock is good. I like that. Russian beer is different taste, but alcohol is the same. Yeah. I'm sure like you guys have your own vodka, like we have Stolichnaya, and it's pretty good. But you probably have like your own vodka, like that we don't even have here. Well, how's the new mic? Michael Malloy. How you like my new mic, Mike? Vodka is not my friend. Like if I drink vodka, I get bombed. So I can drink like scotch all night long and I'm good. Once I start drinking vodka, hello lampshade. Yeah, it's Mike Malloy. Hey, Mike. This is I'll show you the box. I did a video on it. I just have to edit it. It's pretty good, the video. This is a Fee-Fine. And you could buy this on Amazon. Dude, can I actually drink 2 bottles in an hour and I am tipsy? 2 bottles of what? 2 bottles of vodka? And all you do is get tipsy? Oof. Bro, you got well, how big is the bottle? But even like I have vodka here, it'll get me wasted. Yeah, it's not a bad looking mic. I don't know how good it sounds. Some people saying it sounded good. This mic says sound better than this. This is a cheap mic. This is like a little under $40. Or I think it's even 24 bucks. This is a very inexpensive mic. Wow, 2 of them and all you get is tipsy? Dude, we need to start having vodka challenges. And my money's on you. Soviet Russian is a true Russian. The sound is not bad, Paranormal Mama. Right, Soviet Russian is now Canadian. So Soviet Russian, how come you didn't come right to America? Right, he's in Canada. My Asibar, hello, dear. Good to see you. Sounds good to me. Not super sensitive, but not bad either. So the sound's not bad. It has echo. Check this out. Hello, you hear that? Hello. So like if you're a singer, you could like fix your echo. Hello. Oh, is that right? Soviet Russian? Damn it. I gotta write Trump a letter. So you gotta let my buddy in. You come stay at my place. I won't tell. Actually, my cousin was here from Italy, and he had to go back. He was here, I think, 2 years, and then he went back. So I was like, "Where are you going back?" He goes, "Well, if I don't go back, then I can't come back." Then, like, once you don't go back and you overstay your visa without telling them, and you leave, they might not let you back in. That's what he said. Because my parents were still going on about Cold War crap, and I wanted to go to USA for Canada, and I guess it's better healthcare. Yeah, true. So you had a choice to either come to Canada or the USA. That's pretty good. When can I stay at your Mike? You're welcome here anytime, buddy. You could even live stream from here. I'll set you up with my Wi-Fi. I'll plug your laptop in. You'll be all set. Families. Why, hello. Great seeing you. I've never been to Russia. Actually, one of my good friends, Gene Kursky, he's from the Ukraine. And he said a long time ago he was going to take me, but we just never went. His dad still lives there. His mom lives here. If I had a choice, I'd come pop by your place and say hi. Yeah, definitely. I might come pop at your place and say hello. I was going to drive to New Hampshire and buy a camper van, but I don't know what stopped me. Hold on. Yes, honey.
I got a new editing app, and I can't figure out how to make the volume for the music go down. Like, look, I'm trying to edit my video, and then
There's a sound.
yeah, I know, but it's not working.
You have no sound?
No, I do.
I can't even hear it. Where'd you get that music?
On here. It's allowed on YouTube. Wait, but see, you can't even hear me anymore, and I can't figure out how to get it.
Hold on, guys.
I'm trying to edit my video I just made.
Oh, yeah.
I know, but look, you can hear it right here.
All right. That's lower.
You can't hear me.
Oh, you're low. Maybe you're talking too low.
Do I have to redo it?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to see how.
Go back.
Well, this is the sound volume right there.
I know, but it's not working.
Well, maybe your sound was very low. Why don't you plug in? Yeah.
Alright, just let me put it like down here and see if it works.
All right.
Ready? Let's try this.
My daughter was live streaming. You're just speaking low, honey. That's the problem.
Wait, I figured it out.
All right.
Look, so if you
Right, that's
put
the
it
problem.
all the way down here.
It's lower? Awesome.
Does it sound good?
Yeah. It's good.
Make sure to check out my new video coming out soon. I got this really cool. You should get it. It's called Splice.
Oh, all right.
It's
I'll check it out.
very good.
Okay.
I tried looking it up, but he is not very helpful.
Cool.
This guy. I tried to look it up.
Oh, to work how to use it?
Yeah. I figured it out, but it's just a volume thing. Now it's working.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Daddy. I
All
really
right.
appreciate it. Wait, let me just. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds
Here,
good.
ready? Let's. You can hear. Does it sound good here? Where'd it go?
The sound? Well, you don't have any sound there.
How do I put it there?
You gotta move it over.
How?
Like that.
Oh, wait. So, how do I... okay, so plus, and the children's music, everything is looking up.
Her channel is, let me get a link.
It's not working. Wait, you went out of the live stream.
No, I'm just trying. I want to get you a link.
Oh. Look at those unicorns.
Is that how it goes? My channel. Yeah, I think that's it.
I just uploaded a new video like 10 minutes ago, too.
Videos.
Actually, 35 to be exact.
Copy. Well, this is Sophia's channel. If you guys wanna, she has 63 subscribers.
Wow, pretty a lot, right? Oh, it's not what I needed here too.
Well, it's underneath there, so that's good. It'll play right there. That's all music.
No, but this needs to be here because this is how long the video is. It goes.
Well, you gotta cut all that sound out. You can't leave all that sound because then you're gonna have dark.
How?
See, like,
How do you cut that out?
well, you have to figure it out how to edit it.
I'm trying. Oh wait, I just figured it out.
Mr. Greewan 001, hello. Good seeing you. Well, let's do it tomorrow.
No, I need to get it out.
So
tonight.
figure it out.
I'm trying.
So
Let me just watch it.
Don't put any music.
I
We'll
need
just put a
music.
little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna watch it. Hey guys, it's Sophia.
That's my channel? Oh, shit. Sorry. Where is her channel? Oh, okay. I gotta share. Copy. That should be her channel. We made a couple. I have a video like I have to edit for her with lovely accents. Well, thank you, Mr. Greenwood. So in Russia, we have Russians that pretty much. That's pretty. Yeah. So you have Russians in Russia. That's good. That's real good. Yeah, they are very cute. I would love to meet a Russian lady. Yeah, but no, like she's been on there for a while, and like nobody, no kids have discovered her or been watching her videos. I mean, you see these other kids, their channels explode. Yeah, Mike, they are very sexy. Very pretty Russian ladies. Yeah. Yeah, it's like weird. Some channels just explode. Like these kids' channels, 12 million views, and insane views. Just having a million views on one channel is pretty good. I mean, on one video, or a million subscribers. Pusa Studios. I think I heard. Yeah, a lot of people speak a lot about them. But she's not gonna go on. Like I have to pretend that I'm her. Like I do that in Rain James. I go in, and he knows it's me doing it. I'd be like, "Hey, it's me, Sophia. How you doing, Mr. James?" He's like, "Oh, Sophia." Yeah, but I got some subscribers for her right there. I just thought that she would just happen on her own. You like my coffee pots? Like she live streamed tonight, and I had to I wrenched myself. A friend of mine, Farmall Fanatic, came in there. I wrenched him. So she's gonna start live streaming on her own. So I had to show her how to do it. Oh, thanks, Paranormal Mama. I remember my dad telling me I'm a hacker, and at the time it was great, but I can help edit videos. Oh, that's good. I just got a Sony Vegas, not the Pro, but like the amateur one, I guess, and I'm in a learning curve trying to use that. So I'm trying to put out a video I did for this mic, and then once I get good at it, I can just start quickly putting the videos out because I have a whole bunch that I have to edit because I lost my video editing software. It started crashing, I think. Oh, technology is insane. Elon Musk was saying that like it's a conspiracy, which is not. You know, he's saying that oh, technology is going to replace man. It's not really technology. It's just companies that are trying to make money. That's what it is. You know, like you watch all these movies and they show you like all these tech companies and bad guys, but they just companies trying to make money. That's trying to sell their product. They do it to my company. Computers wiped out millions of jobs. It's getting better and better. Yeah. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, years ago, a mic like this would cost a fortune. This is 29 bucks, if that. This thing's so cheap. Cheap, cheap. You know, and it's all metal construction. The XLR is pretty good. It works off the USB. They give you this stand. You know, it's a nice looking mic. There's a sound muff that goes over here. You get the stand that the legs close. And it's awesome. And all you got to do is go in your sound settings and just make the sound louder and select it, and it picks up whatever software they have in here, the chip. The computer picks it up right away, and you can use it instantly. So there's no big setup to it. The mic looks like it was like right. It looks like an expensive mic, but it's not. Actually, they sent it to me to do a review on it. Me or hear me? This is from Amazon, but this is like a generic one, and then I guess the companies who buy them in bulk, you know, get to put their name on it. You know, but I'm not sure. You know, maybe the company, you know, this is like, you know, a company made it, but you really have to be close to it because the further back I go, see if you notice, if I get back, the sound diminishes. So with these mics, you have to be really close. So if you get like a Rode mic, you could do the same thing with that. You know, use that as like a mic. Yeah. So you got to like be, you know, up close if you want to sound like Wolfman Jack or Howard Stern. Do I know about motorcycles? I had a bunch of motorcycles. I still have a bike. Yeah, it comes well packed. You know, there's I think the box costs more money to make than the mic. Should I get a Kawasaki or a Ducati? Well, Ducati's going to cost you more money to fix, and you got to put premium gas in it.
It's good, but now I don't know how to upload it to YouTube.
Really?
Go, ready? So
Did you save it?
yes. So
Okay, so you don't upload it from here. You got to go to YouTube and upload it.
that's what I tried. Look, so
All right, go to YouTube.
it's not there.
Watch.
It should be on your end.
Let me see. You go here.
That's exactly what I just did.
Oh, that's fine.
Look, ready? I know how to do it, but it's not letting me. So you gotta splice. And then I saved it,
So YouTube.
and then YouTube, but then you need to do that.
Oh, this is you don't want to reboot this. Maybe it's all clogged up.
No, it's gonna take too long.
Well, where is it?
That takes like an hour. It's right here.
Where's your YouTube? All right.
No.
Okay. So
No, you just went live.
that's not live.
Yeah, it looks.
So where's the video?
Exactly.
Well, where did it save it? Where did Splice save it?
Oh wait,
Is that it?
this is it. Hey guys. Wait, that's it.
Okay. So,
Next. Oh, high five! I can upload my own video. I just edited it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Edited my first video. Nighttime routine. Right.
All right, Panorama Mama. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for subscribing to Sophia.
Thank you.
Right. So like a lot of bikes out there, it depends what you're gonna do with them. Like Ducatis all run on premium gas. So like my bike, the Yamaha, but you should put premium gas in all motorcycles anyway. But if you go on a long trip and you want to save a couple $100 or whatever, you
Is
put
that
regular.
good for the title Nighttime Routine? Because that's what it is.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, now description.
So like the bike that I have has a shaft drive. It's fuel injected. It's pretty much low maintenance. You're gonna get a Kawasaki? Which one? Kawasaki's they're all good bikes. The Japanese bikes are probably the easiest bikes, best running bikes. A Ninja, what? 300, 650? Well, Nathan likes drums. Hello, buddy.
What's your YouTube channel name?
Me?
Yeah. I'll do it.
John Franco.
Is that it?
Yes. Is it uploaded?
It's uploading.
Yeah, go to sleep now.
High five.
I hit the sheet.
I want to make more.
All right, cool, go ahead.
I don't know what to do though.
All right, this is good enough. You made one video. You don't have to make 10 in one night.
And I like sheet.
That's it.
I know. I'm gonna do one tomorrow.
All right.
Which I need to think of ideas.
All right, go to bed and think of them.
All right. What do I do?
What do you do in bed?
No. What should I do in the morning?
Well, go think about it.
What
Well,
video? You have paper.
you could do a routine.
What morning routine?
Yeah. You did it. Yeah, here's this right on here.
We know there's a piece. There's a notebook in the living room.
All right, so use that.
Oh, sorry. I will. I'm gonna write them down. It's uploading. Yeah.
All right.
This is my first, well, actually, second edited video. Because
She's editing now.
I did no, actually 1, 2.
3.
Yeah, I did 3 because my first one I edited, and then these.
Thanks, Mike.
What?
Mike Malloy. He's my buddy.
Wait, I need to watch. I was gonna watch it, but I wanted to upload a video, so I'm gonna go onto your live.
So is this your first bike, Soviet Russian? The Kawasaki is going to be your first bike? Oh, because you use copyright music. So they gave you a commercial. Is that your video?
No, it's your video. That's your live stream.
Oh, you're watching my live stream? Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't use copyright because it was on the thing.
Oh, it's your first bike? Is it going to be a 300 or a 650?
I didn't use copyright. It was on the app, so it's edit and edit.
Actually, my first bike was a Kawasaki Vulcan. That was a great bike, dude.
It's more than a minute.
I mean,
Commercial's more than a minute.
650? You know how to ride?
All right, good night.
Good night. Well, which are you going to get the
Subscribe to this
Ninja?
channel.
I'm going to use it for school. Yeah.
Daddy, where's that notepad?
Oh, you know how to. So then you're good on the 650. Yeah. Like I had a 650. Suzuki V-Strom. And that was a dog.
Daddy, can I have that envelope?
Yeah, it was so slow. I mean, it was a nice bike and everything. Good night, honey.
Love you.
Love you too. It was a nice bike, but it was just so slow. Not that the Ninja's going to be slow. Your Ninja's going to be quick. because I had a 650 Yamaha FZ06, and that was fast. But the bike needed a lot of throttle
I need my tea.
to go. But it was a quick bike. I got rid of that. Yeah, they're fast. Yeah. So now I have the Yamaha Super Tenere. They call it a Super 10. It's a 1200, and it's fuel injected. It's a sport touring bike. It's a parallel twin. It has a shaft drive, so it's virtually like low maintenance. When they first started TV, I bet they never would have thought you could broadcast live from your kitchen via the internet connection and a video and watching on a phone. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. My options are to get BMW M3 or Ninja. Oh, yeah, get the car. But be careful with that M3, bro. You could get, like because I had a lot of Beamers. I had like 4, and they all gave me problems. That's why now I have a Lexus. The car's like bulletproof. But Beamers are nice cars. I liked it. El Mish Vlogs. Hello, honey dear. How are you? Good seeing you. But you're right, Mr. Gree 101. Definitely. Just think they came like from the transmitter to television. Like how they did that. Transmit from radio, from the Morse code thing all the way up to where we are today. Good night, Soviet Russian. Good coming in. Either way, you get the bike or the car. Should be all right. Not bad. Doing pretty good. Had a nice day. Had a good dinner. Some friends came over. I made hamburgers and hot dogs. Fresh burgers. They were huge. I ate all of mine. Actually, I'm hungry now because the meat was so lean. We got it from Costco, and it was pretty good with very thin buns. Because I don't like eating hamburgers with these huge buns, like these Kaiser rolls. And if they ever do put a Kaiser, I always get it toasted. My daughter made slime today. It's like all over the house. Look at this stuff. Tomorrow morning, I have to clean it all. Yeah, and I did that, Mike, because I was frying some dumplings, and I had some oil left over, so I was gonna boil the hot dogs. I just threw them in the frying pan with the oil, and they came out pretty good. I personally like my dogs, in water. I like the hot dogs boiled in water. But pan fried is good too. Like I like to pan fry everything: sausage, steaks, everything. And tonight I did the hot dogs. And my daughter ate a whole burger. I mean, the thing was like that. I was like, this kid could eat like unbelievable. As long as it's good, she'll eat it. So I'm gonna probably wind up doing a giveaway soon. I had this. I'm gonna give away. I'll show you. This is it's a cell phone holder. So you put your cell phone on here and a selfie stick. It comes with a handle. So I did a video on that, and I'm kind of happy with it. So I'm gonna try to reshoot it and edit it. So this will be a giveaway because I already have one of these. I don't need two. Beyond Meat burgers, those plant-based ones that actually bleed and taste, it's much like a real. I never had like one of those burgers. I've seen them. I've heard about them, and they're probably good. I eat those and Smart Dogs, soy protein. Oh, really? Where would you get them? Like a soy dog? I mean, they say that men shouldn't have soy, so I stay away from soy. Like I have a Chinese girlfriend, and they eat soy. Oh, soy, soy. I'm like, no, no, not me. I know eat soy. Oh, they have it. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, it's all they want to eat is like Chinese food. It's annoying. They think like Chinese food is the best food. Like, oh, Chinese food is the best. I'm like, no, it's not. You never had a meatball? Then when she comes here and I cook for her, like pasta, she eats it right, eats it all. Yeah, yeah, because it's all estrogen. So men shouldn't have estrogen. So you grow, man boobs eating soy, but they put soy in everything, like baby food, you know. So like if I ever had like a boy or a son, I would try to look for baby food without soy because women can absorb all the soy they can take because it's all the estrogen they can take. Men can't. Italian and Spanish, yup. Chinese food is good. Like I've been going to like some pretty bad. Like the other night, we went to a really bad Chinese restaurant, and like she's always ordering this this thing with this fish in it. It's like, when are you gonna learn? It's no good. I don't want to say anything, you know, not to piss her off. You know what I mean? So I don't want that. I said, oh, yeah, get it. So I'm there like with the chopstick. You gotta pick it. It's terrible. Ron Neitzel. Hey, what's up, man? Good evening, John. All grats, John. Oh, 47,000 views. Yep. Man, I'm getting comments like you can't believe it on that video. There's people like going off. You dummy, did this, did that, racist. I didn't say anything that was racist in the video. I was used to soy protein powder supplement, but found out and switched to wheat protein. Yeah. Yep. Whey protein. Okay. Well, what about bug protein? I mean, I don't know why in America we don't eat bugs. Bugs are like very healthy. And people around the world, they eat bugs all the time. Like beetles and stuff like that. It's full of protein. And the one biggest food is the dubia roaches. I mean, like we're in America, we're not used to it, but people like overseas, they eat them like candy. These things go down too easy. It actually stained. It left like a color on the bottle. So imagine what it does to you. Yeah, grubs too. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Like, America is not. There's probably places you can get it. Like insects, but not that I want to eat them. You know. I'm not gonna go out to dinner and say, "Hey, honey, come on, let's go get some roaches for dinner." Like the other night, me and her, we went to Peter Luger's, a really expensive steakhouse. I mean, like it banged me out. and the food sucked. It was so bad. I wish I can show you pictures. Oh, it was terrible. And I didn't want to go there because I know I went there before to the other location. I wasn't happy. She's like, "Oh, Peter Luger's, Peter Luger's." I was like, "All right, let's go." I mean, the place is always crowded. But yeah, Mike, me too, bro. I love steak. I mean, there's a steakhouse here. It's called, yeah, there goes my memory. Um, Arthur's. It's delicious. Dude, you get steaks like this. The good steak with delicious potatoes. They give you like the pickles. You could eat all the pickle you want. Rye bread. All the rye bread you could eat for like $30. And 2 people could eat that steak. You know, I remember I went the first time I went there was my buddy when I first moved to Jersey, right? This guy next door to me, he ate 2. I was like, I looked at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? 2 steaks. They were like this. And the potatoes. I'm looking I almost threw up eating the 1 steak. That's how big they are. This guy like down 2 of them. But that place is really good. Really famous. They had a place in Hoboken and they sold it. So now they only have the place down by it's really far away from me, but it's better because they have free parking. In Hoboken, you got to pay for parking, and you can't park in the street because you need a permit. So the only place you can park if you don't live in Hoboken is at a meter or in the garage, and it's $40. $40 to park, no matter how long you stay. Nah, wasn't that good. You might like it because they have 3 steaks. They have a $52 steak, a $56 steak, and then a T-bone steak for 2 for $112. Steak is the one mistake thing eating. You know what? Thinking about that, my ex-wife, her cousin, she has a wife. So they became vegetarians. And, they come to our parties when I was married to him. We were like, carnivores. We didn't like gavons. We had, clams and clams, shrimp, steaks, hamburgers. So they come there like, oh, I'm gonna have a salad. I'm gonna eat a peach, But they're drinking, with us, like they're keeping up with the booze. And then like about a year and a half went by, and they just says, "That's it. We're gonna eat steak." They got off the vegetarian. They just started eating again because they were around. Like I think if you're a vegetarian, you gotta hang out with vegetarians.
Daddy, watch my new video.
You can't hang. I'll watch it later.
No, watch it now.
You gotta hang out with.
It's amazing.
With meat eaters. Yeah, this.
Daddy, where's your phone?
I'll go get my phone. It's inside.
It's amazing, Daddy.
Yeah, T-bone with anything on top. I just like steak plain with salt. Excuse me. That's it. I'm good.
I'm so proud of myself.
Like the Peter Luger steak sauce is very sweet. It's like that guy in the Matrix. He was like, I don't care if it's real. I like living a lie. Yeah.
And I filmed it myself too.
I mean, if people don't want to eat meat, that's fine. There's more for me. It keeps the price down. Don't forget, it's supply and demand. So if we had more meat eaters, steak would cost more money. Yeah, I'll try to eat. I really don't like those steak sauces. There was a steakhouse I used to go in the city, but they closed. They had good steak and very good creamed spinach, delicious. Where Peter Luger's, it looked like baby shit. It was gross. The waiter brought this over to me, and they slice it all up for you, and then they serve it like the sliced pieces. You don't even have to cut it. You just have to cut it and just eat the pieces. So the whole $52 steak was, I got 3 pieces, like the size of my finger, you know, a little thicker. And she got 2. And the spinach was $14
Daddy.
for cream spinach. Good.
And I posted like 10 minutes ago.
Good.
Look, I'm proud of myself.
She got 6 views. Did you hit the like button?
Yeah, I just posted it like 10 minutes ago.
Sounds good. Awesome. Good job.
We'll watch it later. It's
Yeah,
good.
I'll watch it. Keep playing it.
Thanks. Keep playing
Just
it,
got to get them
friends.
4,000 hours.
Yeah, right. Oh, you guys go watch my new video. Please.
Here's the link.
If you have 2 devices, stay on his and watch mine at the same time.
Sounds like when we were looking for the 1,000 subscribers.
Put it on silence if you don't want to watch it. Just watch it.
She's smart. She knows her stuff.
You taught me that.
Yeah, a lot of restaurants.
You drinking a beer?
No.
Is that beer?
Well, it's sort of like a beer.
Is it children proof?
No.
Oh,
No, you can't drink.
looks good. I'm thirsty.
There's your iced tea. Why don't you drink that?
Iced tea.
Or your tea, I made you.
I know, I'm still drinking. Just looking in the fridge for no reason.
Yeah, so like that Chinese restaurant we went to was terrible. Terrible.
You just gave me an idea.
And expensive. And there's a lot of good restaurants like where I was at. And for whatever reason, we went to that rat hole. Target glue slime I watched. Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
The Target, the one we went to Target.
Oh yeah, I remember we bought stuff there. Who watched it?
Mr. Giwan 0001.
Thank you, Mr. Giwan 0001. Thank you.
001.
Thank you very much. Whatever. Go follow him, everybody. Hey, I'm bored.
Go to bed.
I don't want to. I'm not tired.
Really?
Really? Poke this steady.
I got to play with slime. Oh, not bad.
No, that's cringy. You have to go like this.
Isn't
No,
that?
no. 3 fingers.
Oh, you know what you could do? Go do an ASMR slime video.
ASMR?
Yeah.
ASMR?
Isn't that what that means? ASMR, ASMR?
No, it means ASMR. Not ASMR. Has
So-
anyone ever heard the word ASMR?
Well, I pronounce it ASMR.
It's ASMR.
Okay, ASMR video.
Now I'm just gonna, I don't know. Oh, a slime?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you know, this is soothing.
Oh my god, you just gave me a great idea.
Soothing slime.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna not even talk and play with slime and put music on it. Like on the
do
when I edit it.
ASMR.
ASMR.
Okay, ASMR. Okay.
If you say that again, it's just annoying to hear
Okay,
ASMR.
take your slime.
These are sticky, so I'm gonna take these.
Okay. Take this too.
Oh,
This
yeah.
stinks.
Excuse me.
What?
Don't say that about my babies.
Well, they make it with Tide
Or borax.
or borax, and you can smell it. And it's not really a pleasant smell after a while.
Alrighty. Make sure to check out my new video, ASMR Slime, soon.
Okay, put it up.
And you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to do pet peeves. Slime pet peeves.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It means like annoying things that people do when they play with slime. Like they breathe heavily. I've seen so many videos of that.
That's good. Well, she gets that from all the videos she watches.
Or they poke it with one finger. That's called cringy.
What about doing with your toes?
I've never seen that.
Oh, there you go. That's right. Plain slime on my feet. Footsie slime.
That's just weird.
Eating slime.
No, you'll die. That's.
Making earrings out of slime.
I've tried that. Didn't work.
Slime boogers.
Who's gonna watch slime boogers? Not me. I wouldn't click on it.
Kids love boogers.
Then I'm not a kid
Okay.
because I don't love boogers.
Alrighty.
I need this bowl.
Oh, see, so ASMR
ASMR
means autonomous sensory meridian response. Very good.
ASMR. ASMR.
ASMR. That's what that
ASMR.
means.
You have to say it fast. Though.
Autonomy sensory meridian response.
ASMR.
Get me an In-N-Out burger near me, please.
All right, here I go. Going to make another video.
I put that in the sink, please.
I'm using it.
The bowl?
Hey, yeah.
Okay. Don't break it.
How would I make that out? Okay, good enough. All right, don't be too loud, please. Daddy, how do I set this up? I need your help for 2 seconds.
Set what up?
It needs to be like over.
What do you mean?
Just come. He'll be right back.
Be right
Don't
back.
leave. Anyone, do not leave. Just helping me with some technical difficulties. He'll be right back. Don't leave.
All right. Wow. Well, I guess I'll have a Stella. Now, do you know the trick of opening these? See this part here? You got to push down on it. See? And that lifts it. So you push, it lifts. So you don't need like to use your finger to pull it up. Do you guys want to hear some of the comments? Let's see. I think I did an asthma video. I might do another one. I did it with the cards, but it didn't really like get any views. So right now we're at 47,823 views in 3 days. That's my best video. Like I have other videos that are like over 30,000, but they took, a long time to get there. Oh, so here's one guy. So you bought Nike shoes and clothes when you knew it was made from poor labor and was okay with it. But because Kaepernick, all of a sudden you're complaining and bitching and burning everything you owned of Nike. You're the most stupidest person on YouTube. This stuff was old anyway. It was like old. They didn't look good. They were dirty. Like they would get dirty so easy. The toes would curl. I just didn't like them. They were just like cheaply made sneakers. Here's another guy. Hi, sir. I'm from the live. I hug you here. Oh, thank you. You must have saw me in the live stream. That's cool. Adidas said the correct way. In a German company, moron. Maybe try Under Armour. You love of country, idiot. You can't even say colon correctly. Colon. How do you say colon? Everybody's like got it too. Like, because I said I like Adidas. I just said it, And They're all like, oh, they're a German. They made clothes for the Nazis and yada, yada, yada. I mean, Adidas been around longer than Nike and Puma. They've been around forever. Couldn't give them to someone who needed clothes, shoes, point not made. That's the other thing. Like everybody was, oh, you should have gave them to the vets. Now everybody cares about the vets. But when Colin took a knee, nobody cared. Oh, they own Burton. Wow. Yeah, they own a lot of stuff. They're huge. They even own Converse. I didn't know that. So I might do another video because I have like 2 pairs of Converse and they suck. They are the most uncomfortable shoes. I have the high tops and I have the low tops, and you swim in those shoes. They kind of look cool. Yeah, they own Converse. I'm gonna throw them out too. I don't even like wearing them. And then this guy goes, "F the police brutality, not the flag." Yeah, I never knew that because all these guys are telling me this, like what they own. Like Jordans, they own Jordans. So since Michael Jordan's on the board of directors, he must be okay with Colin Kaepernick because he made him, they put him on the cover, like Time Magazine. Imagine Time Magazine put that guy on the cover. That's insane. So what I tell everybody is their answer, which I'm very nice to them and polite. I say, well, if Colin Kaepernick and Nike have a problem with the police, they should directly confront the police or talk to the police. You don't have to say that the whole country, is to blame because the police don't represent the United States. And that's what I tell them. So there's no reason for you to take a knee because the United States is not represented by anybody, any one group, any one person. The people represent the country. Not even the vets don't represent the country. Even though like the Star Spangled Banner was written during a battle, when they were bombing Fort McHenry. So the Star Spangled Banner, means that it's celebrating all the people, not just because there were civilians in Fort McHenry. So, there's women and children and whatnot. So it wasn't like a fort just filled with soldiers. So really, when you stand for the Star Spangled Banner, you're standing for America. You're not standing for the police. You're not standing for the president. You're not standing for the vets. Not that I have anything against the vets. So like these guys are really taking it the wrong way. Or they're just making it out because they're the racist ones. Using reverse psychology. This guy's like, this is why I hate politics. The shoes were ugly anyway. I like that one too. The shoes were ugly. Here are now ones that, let's see if there's any spam. No spam. I went to them already. Held for review. Firstly, if the items were so terribly made and so awful, then why on earth did you keep buying their stuff? Secondly, how many times do we have to see a racist use this issue to spread rubbish and hate? Why don't you think it is a mark of disrespect when it has already been explained that it is silent and peaceful protest against police brutality? If you don't understand that, you are either dumb or willfully ignorant. A lot of vets come home and disagree with the reasons in the war they fought. Right. I mean, but they're not, blaming the people, the country, for the war. Like we didn't start the war. We're here. We're in the country. We, the people, represent the country. So like, why would you take a knee in protest of the police? Like, I'm not gonna stand for the flag because I don't like the police. I'm not gonna stand for the national anthem because I don't like the police. I'm gonna burn a flag because I don't like the police. I mean, the flag represents the country that we all live in. It's our home. So when you go to what do you call that? Like the United Nations, like an embassy. When you go like to an embassy, those embassies fly their flag. So if you go to New York City and there's embassies there, all those embassies are flying their flag. So when the United States embassy is in another country and it's flying its flag, people are going to say, wow, people hate that flag in America. So what does that flag represent? The police? That's what people are going to think. Oh, that flag represents cops, because in America, the Americans hate the police. So what kind of a message is that Colin Kaepernick is trying to give to Nike owners, or to anybody who believes what Colin was trying to do? First of all, the other thing I said is that Colin never ever ever said what his true reasoning was behind his taking a knee. The first, I think he sat down a couple of times, and then they're saying that a vet told him to take a knee. And then after he took the knee, the media blew up on this thing. So I'm thinking the media told him, and the whole story is made up for the reasons why he took a knee. So in reality, we'll never know why he took a knee, because he didn't come out and say it ahead of time. He didn't tell the media, or he went on the View, says, well, next Sunday when I start and they play the national anthem, I'm going to sit it out. Oh, why are you going to sit it out, Colin? Oh, because, I have a problem with the police, beating up, thugs and criminals and stuff like that. And yes, I agree with a lot of these guys that, there are people wrongfully picked out from profiling, and they get wrongfully beat up. But it happens to white people too. It just doesn't happen to black people. It happens to everybody. So there's like a lot of racist slurs in here. So if you go to the video and you read the comments, you're gonna be bugged out. Did you hear about the cop that mistakenly walked into the wrong apartment thinking it was hers and killed an unarmed man that happened to be black? That's why he used his platform. What do you mean, taking the knee at the football stadium? Well, I even said the cops, they don't each individual cop does not represent the entire police force, because people act individually. I'm sure there are black cops that have shot innocent black people, and there are black cops that have shot innocent white people, and vice versa. You just don't hear about that. Because what it comes down to is, we all live in America, and the police, they do a job, and even us, like in our workforce, we do a bad job, and the cops, they make bad decisions, and their decisions hurt people, and it's a shame. It's like a truck driver. He takes the wrong shift. He's on his phone. He's going to wipe out 10 cars. It's not that he intentionally did it. It's just that the cop is just stupid. That's just that one cop. But then again, out of that one cop, there's 100 cops that are great cops. They do a good job. Muhammad Ali went to jail and had to give up his title for his belief against war in opposition to the country he is from and living in. Well, I'm not too sure, what Muhammad, but then again, Muhammad Ali converted to, Islam. So did Colin Kaepernick. So both of them protested the country, if you think about it. The other thing too is, if you want to think about it, is that Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend was working for Huma Abedin, which happened to be Hillary Clinton's campaign finance manager, and Huma Abedin's worker, which was Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, convinced him to convert to Islam. So now we all know, including Muhammad Ali, Muslims believe that they're not allowed to show any allegiance to any government or religion, and their duty is to overthrow the government. You can call me crazy or say that it's not all of them, but I mean, that's part of their religion. That, their religion preaches them. They have the three stages of jihad, and one is that when you are um, outnumbered, let's say you're new. So let's say, for instance, they move to a new country and they're outnumbered, a million to one. So what happens then is that, they're peaceful. So as they grow in numbers, they show more signs of the religion by praying in the street. That's the beginning of aggressiveness, is to build mosques and to pray in the street. So what they do is they block traffic. So now they're preventing people from traveling, because they're showing a force. That's why they all go and pray together. It's like an army. And then the second one, and then on that, then that's what they do too. They do things like Muhammad Ali. He says he was against the war. And just like Colin Kaepernick, he was against police brutality. And he's not going to stand for the flag because it's against his religion. He's not going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance because it's also against his religion. Well, I mean, yes, they're going to believe, in their God, and they're going to do what is right for them, what's best for them. So God comes first in all religions, correct? That's your first allegiance, right? So so my thing was like, I don't really want to go there, but that's what I believe Colin's motive was, and the media twisted it to make it like, it was about police brutality. So they can use an excuse like, oh, the war, but in reality, even though there are Muslims in the military, and they were killed in battle and this and that, and I'm sure there's Muslims that believe in the country, But that's pretty much a coincidence, like Colin was going out with that girl, that she was, an aide to Huma Abedin, who was working for Hillary Clinton in their campaign, and then Hillary Clinton's majority of the money came from Middle Eastern countries, and Huma Abedin's parents are, Sharia law teachers. That's what they teach, Sharia law. And that's what Muslims want. They want Sharia law. And you can see it in England. They have no-go zones. They have it, I think, here in this country. You go to Dearborn, Michigan. There's like places they tell you, do not come. Don't go in there. And the police won't let you go in there sometimes. So that's, pretty messed up. So, like, what's going on in this country? If you really think about it. Adamant. My wife voted for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Donald Trump. Good. I voted for Donald Trump too. I think Hillary Clinton would have been a better candidate if she would have beat Barack Obama. Barack Obama, gave a lot of power to a lot of the wrong people, and so did George Bush. So perhaps maybe, if Hillary Clinton won that election, she would have been a different person. But those 8 years, right. So it's they have I think one is running for governor. They already have a mayor that beat out, the Polish community that was big out there. I guess the Polish, they didn't want to go out and vote. There's a lot going on. So, Barack, threw a wrench in this guy. And so did George Bush, with, 9/11 and all that. That really, that was a big, gash out of the country. It's not like that. But there are more Middle Easterners than the Middle East. Yeah, I believe it. Well, that's smart for them to do that. all congregate in one area, take over. Now you have like, take over Michigan. There's the lake there. There's water. It's cold as hell, but they got it, and they're all over. I mean, they're all over here too. Like you go to the mall here, they're everywhere. But what I noticed is too, like a lot of the mothers walk around with the head covering, and the daughters don't. Which is a good sign, because maybe the kids are starting to realize what actually a ridiculous religion they have. I mean, it just makes no sense. The rules that they have are just absurd. Versus like Christianity, like they don't have like stupid rules like they have. Like the way, like they have to lick their fingers after they eat because it's a blessing. I mean, it's just dumb things. It's just like the men have to squat when they pee. That's why they wear those dresses. It's just, yeah, it's just absurd. Like they moved into Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, and it's to that area now because they don't go to the bars. It's just that all the bars closed, all the restaurants almost went out of business. So so how are they a good thing? Like I'd rather have Asians, because at least Asians, man, they they'll bring money. Ricky Snyder is a Republican governor of Michigan, right? And I think somebody's running against them in November or something like that. The Redneck Connection. Hello, good seeing you. So like that's why I was thinking why Colin stood down against the flag and the national anthem, because his religion tells him that he's not allowed to show any allegiance to any other religion or government. Where Christianity, Jesus says, give Caesar what is Caesar's and give to God what is God's. Meaning, so like if you live in a certain country, abide by the rules, and then give God what is God's, which makes sense. Where the Muslims believe that they're going to fight the government and convert it to their belief. So Gretchen Whitmore versus Bill Shute in Michigan. Okay, so they're not going to have one of them guys. Okay, I thought that one of them were running for it, or it could be in another state. That's how America was formed. Yeah, I mean it's I mean there's a mosque right around the street from me. You can just drive down there. I don't know what they do in there. I've never been in there, so that's like why I thought he took a knee, not because I mean he cares about police brutality or anything like that. I mean we all know that's bullshit. Like I said in the video, I said, well, what are you doing in front of the cop anyway? Why is the cop beating you up? And I got pulled over by cops. I never got beat up. I mean, I was bad that they pulled me over, but I never acted stupid for them to put their foot on my neck, or to like put their knees on my ankles and stuff like that to hold me down. You got to be dumb. Okay, maybe a lot of these guys are on drugs too. That's the other problem. That's the problem. The problem isn't, in my opinion, the police. The problem is the people. Like I told one guy, I said to him, I says, well, a lot of these cops are shell shocked. Like the vets that come out of the war and they're shell shocked. There you go. Just like all cops aren't bad. Right, right. I mean, you could say that, but you have to always consider that it's in their religion to go against the government they're in, to actually fight them. It actually tells them to fight them. It tells them to kill Jews and Christians and non-believers if they don't convert. And if they don't convert and want to live amongst them, they have to pay for protection. So, it's not like I'm stereotyping them. Like I could say I was a cop and I see a black American and I stereotype him. That's stereotyping. But he doesn't have a written document that says I'm a black dog, I'm a black criminal, this and that. That's what true stereotype is, because there are a lot of great black Americans. A lot of great men that are black Americans. They served this country. They served it as fathers. They served it as grandfathers, as soldiers, people in, great people, doctors and law, whatever. They served the community well. But, with Muslims, it's written in their religion to do it. So it's in black and white. So you read it, it says, so you're a Muslim, so you don't believe this, then you're not a Muslim. Then you can't go around saying you're a Muslim. And so if you don't believe your faith, then, but even in Christianity, there's nothing in there that says, or even in Judaism or any religion, but that tells them to conquer the land that you live in. And that's what they've been doing. They've anywhere they are, the land has been conquered. It's all subjugated lands. Like they tried to subjugate the Armenians, they tried to subjugate, and they've subjugated millions of people, by force. It's in a cop's religion to hide behind the blue wall, right? But that's different. I mean, there's nothing written in the book that a cop is. They go by the law. They have to follow, and if they break the law, then they're criminals, and they deserve to go to jail. I completely agree with that. Same for a cop who goes against the brotherhood, right? I mean, of course, cops are going to protect each other. Like buddies. They're going to protect each other. And that's wrong. I mean, cops shouldn't stereotype. Cops should, abide by the law and do the right thing. But that's hard. And it's wrong that cops beat up people like that. There are two types of Muslims that fight each other. So no. Right. So Muslims fight each other too, because like they have the Shiite and they have the Sunni. And I think the Iranians are Sunni and the Saudi Arabians are Shiite, and they hate each other. And Saddam Hussein was fighting the Iranians, and they gave him Iraq or whatever happened. That's a whole story. But I mean, they fight each other because, they say like, oh, they're infidels. And the only thing they have in common is like Mecca. That's it. And then they have their own little, because there's no like, it's just like if you like, there's a guy on YouTube and he explains it, like he shows you like in English and in Arabic, like what they say and what they do. He actually did a skit that him and three other guys lived like Muslims for 30 days. And I watched it, and it's just hysterical. Like they have to eat a certain way, they have to dress a certain way, they have to shave they have to shave their balls. It's fucking crazy. They have to shave their balls. If you watch, I mean, I'm like, what? They have to shave their balls. It's just crazy. they have to lick their fingers, and I'm sure they all don't do that, but they have to do that. So if the enemy of your enemy is your friend, one of two types is our friend. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. If the enemy of your enemy is your friend, right? So what they'll do too is if they have to fight like us, then they'll come together. The Shiites and the Sunnis will fight together. Like they'll do that. I mean, that's what I thought. The reason why Cohen did that was for his religion, not for uh, African Americans. I mean, he never did nothing for them as a kid, as an adult. Now as a football player that you're washed up and you just converted to a religion. All of a sudden now you want to be a hero. Come on. Customs are different for lots of cultures. It seems coming from one another. Yeah, yeah, right. But the thing is, like, we all have different cultures, like Hindus, and they don't hurt. They never really hurt anybody. They probably have their problems, but they don't go around trying to conquer lands. Like for religious reasons. America goes to war for political reasons. But like that's different. They're trying to preserve the dollar. They're trying to keep the United States from being conquered by another country. So that's why I thought that what Colin did was a lot of BS. And then for Nike to take him as the poster boy, and then the picture that he used, they used for him he looks terrible in it. America is too big to fail. Well, internally it can fall. Like, no one's gonna militarily today beat us in a war because we just, we have the largest navy in the world. We have the largest air force. We may not have the largest ground troops, but we have what it's needed to really annihilate any enemy. And the problem we have is, like you saw in Iraq and Afghanistan, is urban warfare. Like it destroyed the Russians. I mean, the Germans in Russia. That's a problem. America's, yeah. But they spend 2/3 and more of the fiscal budget. Right. I mean, a lot of that is probably stolen. But planes cost a lot of money. Tanks cost a lot of money. People cost a lot of money. War is big business, right? I mean, even the Battle of Waterloo was financed by the British. And stupid, what's his name? Napoleon sold the Louisiana Purchase to finance his war. What a dummy, right? Imagine he sold that land for what? The Federal Reserve owners are the real, right? The bank owners, right? The Rockefellers, they're the ones who put up Barack Obama in power, were the Rockefellers. And for whatever reason, they put him, versus like somebody else, because, that's probably a whole nother story. But that's what I heard somewhere, that he was a protege of Richard Nixon, because you got to look at his story. Like, he's nobody, right? An activist who becomes a senator, and boom, he's the president. Just like that, out of nowhere. At least George Bush was the governor, for 8 years or something like that. He was out in politics for 8 years. We knew his father. Barack Obama just came out of nowhere. Al Gore was vice president. He was a senator. Hillary Clinton was Bill Clinton's wife, right? Donald Trump, we know him from us being kids, right? Donald Trump is 70. I know Donald Trump since I was a kid. Where did Barack Obama come from? That guy just came out of somebody's ass. If Hillary would have won the defense, if Hillary would have won, Mike, boy, oh boy, who knows what would have happened. But someone said that one of the biggest reasons why Hillary lost is because they didn't like Barack Obama's policies. And people aren't stupid. Like when all that came out with Huma Abedin, who her parents were, and all the Middle Eastern money she got. People aren't dumb to that. And all the people that he was bringing in, and paying for Barack. You know how much money that cost the United States? They were flying these people in daily by the hundreds. And everybody was making money, like even these airlines. So if the government's like, oh, we're gonna fill your planes up for a year, and pay round trip empty going and full coming back. Thank God she lost his right. So let's hope things get better. Even better. It was really scary. And I have friends of mine that are like fanatically right wing. I mean, fanatically. They won't give the president and like any kind of slack at all. Zero. Like these guys are my best friends from childhood, and I don't know how they became like these crazy right wing guys. Oh, she would have been worse. She would have sold. She probably would have, like, who knows if Trump is there, but she would have sold this country out like she's like Obama did. Defense needs to be cut, overinflated, and needs to be spent on the poor class. Well, I mean, inflation needs definitely to be cut, and and what we need is to pay down the budget. Because like what's going to be the enemy of our country is our budget. Money for the poor over wars. I mean, the poor in this country live pretty good. It all depends on how you perceive poverty. I mean, there are people like on my YouTube channels that I subscribe to, and they're Filipino, and you got to see their homes, and they're happy as hell. They're happy. I mean, China just built like the world's largest aircraft carrier, and they're making the same mistake the Japanese made when they built the Yamamoto, I think it was, the Sumimoto, that big giant ship that couldn't even turn around. It was so big. You could just go straight. It took like an hour just to flip the thing around. So the Americans just hunted that ship down and blew it out of the water because they had no defense. It was like they thought that the ship would be able to defend itself. So I mean, we need a defense, because like they gotta say, wow, if we go to war with them, because you gotta think about it. When Argentina wanted to take the Falkland Islands, or Brazil, man, the British sent freaking 2 nuclear aircraft carriers after them for rocks because there's oil there, The UN study says that the number one reason for all sectarian violence and crime is poverty. That's not true. I mean, the UN is run by people against our country. Like the Saudi Arabians are on the Human Rights Board. They're the Human Rights Committee. The chairman of the Human Rights Committee is a Saudi Arabian, sheik guy with all the drab on. And in Saudi Arabia, women have just received their driver's licenses after centuries. How many years have women been driving in the United States and other countries that they finally got to drive. And you want to know why they finally got to drive? Too bad there's only two. I don't know how many people are in here, but because Saudi Arabia, that whoever in Saudi Arabia invested in Uber. Okay, you can call me crazy. They invested in Uber and they gave Uber $4 billion. So they bought Uber for $4 billion. All right, or they became like a major shareholder in Uber. So what is Uber lacking? Drivers. I used to drive for Uber, right? And they send me text messages nonstop. Please come. We'll pay you, do 25 rides. We'll give you $250. Do this, do that. We'll give you. They used to have like a Saturday night special where you were guaranteed $35 an hour, right? So if you were smart, you could take you had to take, I don't know, 1 or 2 rides every hour or 1 ride an hour. And it was for 4 hours. So if you knew how to play the game, right, you could just take 4 rides and make $140 in 4 hours. Rahm Emanuel, he's the one? Okay, I don't know who that is. Oh, he's the mayor of Chicago. So now, since Uber is desperate for drivers, they're telling the women in other countries where Ubers are, like in the United States, and you can drive. Go drive for Uber. And that's the truth. That's the only reason why they let women drive, because they need drivers. So how can you have a country that beheads women that have absolutely no rights? They're not allowed to walk the streets by themselves, women, because because it's a fact, men will rape you. Men will see you as an open target. So how do you put those people ahead of the human rights? So how do you even trust the UN? And when Trump wanted to get out of the UN, I was with him 100%. Why are we paying dues to a social club like that? So like people in Europe even have it worse. They have to pay dues to the European Union and to the UN. At least we're not in the European Union. That's why Trump wants to get rid of NAFTA and all that shit, because we're just paying money for no reason. They have all these people and have jobs. It's just stupid. America was the same not too long ago. Well, I mean, we had, women's rights, but women were still technically protected, not like in Saudi Arabia. They have absolutely no. That's why they're in burqas. What women have you ever saw in the United States wear a burqa? I mean, they just covered up because that was the style. They didn't cover up. They didn't wear those big gowns like in Little House on the Prairie because they were forced to. That was just the style, and they stunk. So all those clothing would cover up your smell a little bit. Where over there in those countries, they the women have to. They're covered from head to toe. I've seen them in supermarkets eat. They lift the thing up, put the food in their mouth, and close it. You can't even take it off to eat a French fry. Oh no, she's insane, that woman. Pocahontas. I mean, think about it. Like those women have to, here now in this country, they could take that thing off because the men here know that if they beat the woman up and she does go to the police, they're gonna go to jail. Where in their country they could beat the woman up and it's fine. Even the fathers or the brothers be like, yeah, beat the shit out of her. We could care less. Okay, not exactly as extreme, but it is 2 different cultures, but the same restrictions and struggles. Well, you can't call it culture. It's their religion. See, that's the difference. See, in the United States, they didn't give the women the right to vote, not because of religion. See, there's a difference. Because of men, of testosterone. See, it was just the men that they decided that, not because like a book told them to do it, and it's still there. You know what I mean? So for them, it's part of their religion to do that. J Love 81, welcome to the stream. Right. So like for them to beat women, kill women, like, all that stuff, they're not allowed to drive. It's just some Islamic countries that let them do, like in Jordan, they're a little more liberal. In other countries like that, maybe Turkey. But it's a religious law. So that's a big difference, because you can't change that. Because it says, you're not allowed, the Quran is written by God, and it can't be changed, just like the Bible. You really can't make, some guys have tried to make, changes with words, but you can't make drastic changes like that. Italian, I love the accent. Thank you, Love 81. Laws are supposed to derive from God's law that the country is ruled by. Right. I mean, but to me, that's not like a divine law. I mean, I don't believe in that. And it's sick. Like, why would God force women to be covered like that when He created woman? Was Eve covered up like that? Eve was free to eat an apple. You know what I mean? They believe in Adam and Eve, I think. Think about it. Eve was free to roam Eden. She ate the apple without Adam, right? Women in those countries can't go into the street by themselves. It's a big difference. Britain has a kingdom by divine law. Well, the British crown is the divine law. See, like when they kicked the Catholic Church out, King Henry took the place of the Pope. So the Anglican Church is sort of like a Protestant Catholic Church. Like they wanted to be Catholic. They still wanted to be Roman Catholic, but King Henry, didn't want to answer to the Pope anymore. So he kicked the Pope out, and he became the Pope. So Queen Elizabeth is the head of the church. Like in Denmark, the Queen there, I don't know, it was Denmark. There was a gentleman here in one of my live streams, and he mentioned the country he was from, and the Queen in his country is a head of their church. So she's the Pope of that country, in a sense. But like the Muslims, they believe in the oppression of women. We don't believe in oppressing women. Like even when women didn't vote, we weren't trying to oppress them. We were just trying to be manly. And we changed that law. They can vote. They have more power than men. Now we're a bunch of fag pussies. Like we have to like cower down to women. They don't do that in those countries. That they'll beat the shit out of them. They'll kill them. Sharia law is bad. Yeah, it's very bad. And that's not inspired by God. I mean, that's their God. That's not my God. I don't even believe anything that, they come from, from the, whatever, from comparing slaves to their women, struggle for it. Right, but they can't struggle out. It's part of their religion. It's set in stone. So, like, if we ever go back to living, if we ever convert all to the, I mean, it'd be a good thing for men, because like the men have it good, the women have it bad, So, like in Saudi Arabia, they just in 2018, and they still practice slavery in Saudi Arabia, and in a lot of Islamic countries, because it's part of their religion to take slaves. Christians enslave blacks under their religion of God. Well, the Bible doesn't preach slavery. The only thing that Paul says about slavery is, if you're in bondage, I don't know the quote, you should still think of God. Then he says, if you're a eunuch, you should still think of God. Don't fight. Just, think of God and you're a free man. That's what Paul said. It never said that, we're allowed to take slaves into bondage. So the slavery that happened in the United States was a financial thing. It wasn't a religious thing. They didn't take slaves religiously. They took them financially. It's a difference. Where, in Islam, they take slaves for their religion. So if they go to war and they win the battle, they're going to take the women and the children. That's what they do. And if, the men don't want to convert, they kill them. I was told by a Protestant that my religion is not Christian. Well, I don't know. That my religion is a cult. Well, I mean, all religions are cults in a sense. Even like government is a cult. You have the Freemasons, they're a cult. A cult is like a bad word saying that, I'm better than you. So I'm going to call you a cult. But all, to me, all the other religions in the world are peaceful in a sense, and they don't fight over religion. They fight over, Christians may have like little spats here and there, but not like Islam. I mean, Islam is just insane. Yeah, right. It's just insane. It's just crazy. I mean, Protestants call each other cults. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the stuff they do is just crazy. The things they believe. Yeah, they drink camel piss. It's just crazy. Like, okay, I can maybe they're in the desert and stuff, but now they drink it like it's canned. it's a delicacy. They hate dogs because Muhammad hated dogs because he saw the dog lick his balls and his ass and he hated that. So he loves cats. That's why you really won't see too many Muslims with dogs because they don't like dogs. They hate pigs. Right, they killing it. Right. I mean, they say it's God, but Muhammad is actually the name. Allah is actually the name of Muhammad's uncle. Moab loved Catholic Church. Mob? Who's that? Because they could pay for their sins. The mafia, the mob. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm Catholic, and I did all that research, and about paying for sin and this and that. Yeah, I mean that comes from like the forgiveness of sin, right? So when when Jesus gives the apostles the Great Commission, he tells the apostles, go out, and hear and forgive sin, right? So people voluntarily started giving these great donations to the church. And then in reality, when they gave the donations, they were still building St. Peter, back then. And they still are, and the church is so big, they need money, and rich people and they still do. People live millions and millions of dollars to the Catholic Church. Right. I mean, yeah. My father was baptized Catholic as a baby, and he died a Catholic. Yeah, but I mean that's how I forgot what they call it. I mean, and there were priests. There were there were actually like Buddhist monks that pretend to be Buddhist monks, and they fight each other, for like positions. And there were probably priests that would go around Europe and places, pretend to be a priest, and rob people's money. You know what I mean? It wasn't that like, or maybe a real priest went to him and robbed them, but I'm sure there was a lot like gypsies. You know, they go around, they pose as a priest, and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna forgive all your sins," and blah, 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 and the guy's gonna steal your money. You know, and they're gonna say, "Oh, that priest robbed me." Joanna, good to see you. Scientology has to be one of the Scientology. You know, I mean, can we call it a cult because it's not like ours? Yeah. Hi, how are you, Joanna? But that's where all that donation stuff came from. I mean, you have a church, you know, you have to maintain it. The priest has to eat. He's got to buy food. You know, he needs health care. You know, the church, like when I lived in Millstone, like the priest, there was one priest, this guy Michael, Father Michael, and he had um what do you call that? The priest. He's not a priest, but he's married, and he's allowed to baptize the babies, and he helps in weddings, and he helps during mass. And he was the only priest there, so he had a car. So we had, the parishioners got to pay for his car because he's got to get around, and all of that. So I mean, it costs money. The church is beautiful. It was a very nice, modern, like looking church built across the street from the old church. That was a wooden building, and the grounds was huge. The priest had a house to live in. So you have to give money. Every time I went, I gave him $20, because it was expensive. you know, you go to church, it costs a lot of money to maintain those churches. I mean, look at if you go to Manhattan and you go to St. Patrick's Cathedral, they just renovated that thing. That place must have cost them millions to renovate that place. Yes. Millions. That place must have cost freaking who knows how much. And they built that church. So they used to be in downtown Manhattan. They call it now the old St. Pat's, and that is the new St. Pat's. And that place has catacombs underneath and all that stuff. So I mean, from people saying that the church was asking for money for forgiveness of sins, people had strong faith, went to the church and says, here's $100, forgive my dead father of the sin. So in the Bible, it does say, like, to the apostles, go ye and forgive the sin. Do you have Facebook? Or I have Facebook. They're tax exempt too. Right. All churches are tax exempt. Like, Jews, they have churches in their homes. They're tax exempt. Muslims, everybody's tax exempt. But not the priests. The priests got to pay taxes. The pastors, the people, they got to pay taxes. But just, I think only the land. That's why the Catholic Church, is the largest landowner in the world. I think the first one is, the Queen of England. And I don't know if it's Russia or China. I don't know who's the other one, but the Catholic Church is number 3 of land ownership. So it's a big, it's a big organization. They need a lot of money to they have 600,000 priests or clergy. And then like the Catholic Church is a perfect target for people. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, think of it as stolen land, I don't know. I don't know how they got it all, but in America, I don't think any of it was stolen. I mean, they probably bought it. It's paid for, and a lot of these churches that are in America, they're selling them all because nobody goes to church anymore. I don't, how the Catholic Church, stole land, or England. That's why in England they had all those problems in Ireland because they were trying to take Northern Ireland, I think, from the Catholics. There was half of Ireland was Catholic, half was Protestant. How can land even be owned? It is to be shared and a gift. Right. You're 100% right, brother. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. That's why I say to myself, if Colin Kaepernick wants to fight for something, fight for property taxes. Take a knee for property taxes. I'll take a knee for that. Take a knee for property taxes. Yeah. Like if I own like my house, I if I lose my job and I can't pay my rent and the landlord lose and what and all that stuff, he's gonna lose his house because they're gonna put the house on foreclosure for property taxes. So Northern Ireland is mostly right. Half of it is Irish, half of it is Catholic, and they hate the Catholics, the Protestants over there. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. Like, what do you hate? Like, what do you hate those people for? you know. And the Catholics probably hate the Protestants. But that's it's like they breed them to do that. Deadliest wars are religious wars, right? I mean, they've been fighting for a long time. But for what true reason is it? Are they really fighting for religion, or they're fighting for power, or they're fighting for land? Malloy is an Irish Catholic name. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, the Catholic Church, it's fascinating. It's just a fascinating thing, you know. But have to head out for now. Have a good night, everyone. You too, J Love 81. Thanks for coming in, pal. On your father's side, right. So now, like, with all this division, we have these Muslims coming in, and we're losing our faith. Nobody goes to church. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody even knows what Jesus, nobody knows nothing. Everybody's preaching a different, different Bible and this and that. And there's a lot of division and divide and conquer. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm led to believe, they're all bad because of, I don't know. I mean, just from their religion, it just says like to conquer the way you live. Where is the outrage at the Catholic Church with all? Well, yeah, I mean, I can understand that, the sex scandals, but you got to also think that, these the reason why you hear a lot about it, the Catholic Church is because it's an organization. It's easy to point your finger at something that's permanent or that's something that's been around. You can't say that like a pastor in a small church that he's the pope, he's the ultimate say in that church, is a child molester, and it's going to be big news because nobody, what, who, what church, what I'm saying? What the hell? Nobody can even care. But everybody knows the Catholic Church. So if you're like a group that wants to take the Catholic Church down, you put them in the newspaper. That's what happens. It's like Michael Jackson. There's a lot of pedophiles out there that go to jail. We don't know who they are. That rape more kids. One guy. Look at Jeffrey Dahmer. How many people did he kill until they got him? Nobody knew who Jeffrey Dahmer was. It's an ongoing thing, though. It's not a lie. One or two people, right? I mean, I'm not arguing the fact that it is a lie, but there's probably truth in there. I mean, it is like, a man's club. I'm not like I'm not like condoning it or anything like that. But there is like the latest thing. I mean, just the news that came out of it, it happened, for the guy went back to 1944. All those priests are dead, right? All the people that were named are probably old or dead. So there's a lot of, questioning there. The priest was old who confessed. There was only one or two. There was hundreds and hundreds, and there's no names. But it happened. They made movies about it. You know, even my own brother said, "Oh, one priest slapped me in the face." I said, "You probably fucking deserved it." I told him. Oh, this priest slapped me. I said, "You probably deserved it. I'd slap you too." I told him. If you did something stupid, right? Like he used to slap me around. So he slapped you around. So there you go. Now you know how it feels. It's right. It's almost like a fact that it's a right. So they're gonna point their finger at you. How many like like not that I'm trying to point my finger, but like rabbis, those guys, forget it. When I lived in Brooklyn, all they did was chase prostitutes, and 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 they bite off the scrotum, not the scrotum, the foreskin of boys. That's how they do the bar mitzvah. At the bar mitzvah, they take they circumcise kids. A lot of them they do it by mouth. It's sick. So you're a Jewish man, right? In that not like like there were certain Jews that probably they don't do that, or maybe they do, and the doctor does it, but they get a Jewish doctor to snip it off. But a lot of these like Hasidic Jews, they bite it off. It's like a high-speed police chase in Los Angeles. They show them live on TV every time. Right, exactly. That they bite off the foreskin. That's bullshit. Well, if it's not bullshit, okay. I mean, I seen it and it looked like it was real. you know. So I told my friend, I says, "Wow, just think of that. Imagine like you're gonna grow up as a man thinking that some guy had your dick in his mouth. That's like what the fuck. What a way to grow up. You look at the guy. Wow, you had my dick in your mouth. So I got to do that. So what goes on in that? Well, like if you're a Jewish boy, it is crazy. If it really happens, I don't know. But like you says, it's not true, and I seen it. You could be right. But that's what I saw, and I'm just repeating it, like a common fool. But it looked, what I saw on YouTube, it looked real, man. They were in the room. It's not real. All right. I mean, I'll take your word for it. But you know what I'm talking about then, right? So you've seen it too. So you're confirming that it's not real. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with it. It is real. Oh, it is real. Oh, okay. So I'm right. So like what I was trying to, because my friend married a Jewish guy. This is Italian girl, and she was like, she's always bashing the Catholic Church. So I says, well, Jewish people do a lot of pretty fucked up things too. Like your husband potentially could have had a man, bite his foreskin off. But we're good friends. Like I can talk to her like that, and she's not gonna get mad at me. We're still friends. We've been friends for years. So she's not gonna go after me for it. But like it's not the religion. It's not the Catholic Church. It's the person, and that's what I was trying to tell. Like in the video that I did, it's not the police. It's the individual cops that are the problem. You can't blame the whole church. You can't look at me and let's say like I'm a Catholic, and you're gonna call me a pedophile. That's not right. You can't blame me for what they did. It's the same way you can't blame every single cop for what 10,000 cops did, because there's millions of cops. Exactly. That's just the way. That's the way it is. You're either right or wrong, good or bad. Exactly. So that's what I said. Like in the thing, for Colin to take a knee and disrespect the flag, you're disrespecting all Americans. You're disrespecting all those people standing, and you're sitting there. Because And you know, these people are burning the flag and ripping it up. You know, that flag represents our home. You know, that's what I was trying to say. You know, because that's what it is. It's our home. Oh, I can't believe she's still awake.
Just made 2 more videos.
Are you still awake? Are we gonna sleep till like 3 tomorrow?
Beamer's in the way.
Beamer's in the way. Why don't you go to sleep? We'll do it tomorrow.
Look.
All right. Yeah, you're uploading them?
Yeah.
And don't upload too much because then they're gonna think you're spamming.
What's that?
You can't put up like, you know, 100 videos a day.
What does that mean?
Spamming? That means you're trying to. It's spamming means like you're overdoing it. You're doing it, you know, to try and, you know, like gain something out of their rules. Like you're only allowed, like you did 3 videos. That's enough.
No, I did 1, 2. You just did something.
Yeah, that's good. You did the videos.
1, 2, 3, 4. I made 4.
Doctrine Enforcer.
I did 4 videos and I live streamed.
Yeah, so that's it. So wait until tomorrow. Based on that, cops need to be addressed. Exactly. I agree with that 100%. That's what I said. Colin and Nike should have addressed those cops, the police, go to the police unions, go to the police departments, speak to the police chiefs, and work it out with them. And doctor, what kind of brainwashing is going? Oh, spick and span. We got a Tide. Yeah, I'm gonna shout you out. Let me try to figure this one out. J Boogie with the hoodie. Hey, I got it. Shout him out. J Boogie with the hoodie. Ever heard of Jesus, the pregnant woman killer? No, I never heard of that. Hosea 3:16. I got it. J Boogie with the hoodie. That's good. I like that. See, I can read. I'm educated.
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 Oh, no problem. Shout you out anytime. Jesus, the Jew, does infanticide and will genocide us all. Revelation. I don't know about that, bro. Doctrine Enforcer. Copy of the artist name A Boogie with the hoodie. Yep, that's good. I like that. It's a good name. Not hating on, huh?
I'm bored.
Go to sleep.
I'm not tired. You're still awake?
On me? No. I don't get offended that easily. MT Giwan. That's hard to say.
MTG wine.
MT Giwan. Jesus has everyone in strong delusion. 2 theologians. Jesus, 2 theologians. Yeah, I mean, I always thought that like you can't take like verses out of the Bible and take them literally without having like parallels of other verses to make sense of the verse, you know. So like for me, right? So if you ask me like what does Revelation mean to you, right? To me, Revelation is the end of the Catholic Church. So like when it falls, that's the end. Not the end of the world. Jesus hates his fans. Matthew 7:23. Doctrine, you know everything. Yeah, he's a very smart guy. I mean, like, you know, that's what, you know, that's what, you know, separating is. It's, you know, to separate is that everyone has their own you know, final thought, their own belief, you know, like street preachers, you know, they'll call everybody out and they're their own religion. They're their own doctrine. They believe what they want, and they're going to tell other people um, in their minds to help them. Hell, Trinity, rapture, evolution, flat Earth, all myths. Right. Well, I mean, hell exists, because that's technically, I think, in the Bible. The Trinity, is the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's what the Holy Spirit came upon Jesus, right? And the Father. It's all part of the Our Father, right? So if you read the Our Father, that is our faith. That's why He gave us that prayer. We do have an atheist in here. Who's that? Lake of fire, symbolic of annihilation. Well, it's not an annihilation. It's that because we see it with Noah, right? We see it with Godam and Samora, I think it is, when he turns the girl's daughter or wife turns to stone. But we see it in Noah, right? No, I am an antichrist. Okay. Holy Spirit is not a person, but God's magic. I mean, that's, if you want to think it's magic, then, but still, even if it is,
Daddy.
It's still the three persons in one.
Daddy.
So it's still like the three things that we see.
People. Push this in.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm moving it together. So like we see, so like we're filled with God's magic when we get baptized and we have the Holy Spirit. So if you want to look at it as being magic, yeah, it probably is magic. Because that's where the powers come from, the Holy Spirit. I'm 6. What is Antichrist? 6 years old? This is Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, it possibly is. We could be living in those times again. Sure, of course. I agree with that. I preach to Jesus because Jesus is evil. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Define magic enforcer. Superpower. Sherry K. Hello. That's right. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost is all one. Right. So why not say superpower instead of magic? Exactly. I mean, you can call it anything you want. Because I am mocking God, saying, why does he possess magic? What are you watching, a video? I mean, that's a question we don't know. Sherry K. Hiya, Mike. How are you? Church is a scam. They lie and sugarcoat the Jesus clone of the baby killer Jehovah. Well, I mean,
that is just cruel.
No, I mean that's what we were talking about. People believe what they want to believe. I mean, I don't know where you're getting that from. But like, I can open a book and read it any way I want to. Right. Holy Spirit is the power, right? And, supposedly when you get baptized, we all have it. That's what I believe. That's what we get. So we're born with grace, and then we get baptized with the Holy Spirit. Well, then he's like a super being because he's not here. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, what are some of the people? Yeah, I mean, it's late and you found us, so He's telling us what he thinks. Right. I mean, it's, I don't know what time it is where he is or where he's from. Where you from, Doctrine Enforcer? I mean, that's why I always believe that, they should be ahead. I need some of the crazy juice. Yeah. This ain't doing it. I mean, it just goes to show you, like, don't believe use your God-given brain. I am from California. Oh, California. Okay. Hype. Yeah, I mean, Sherry K, me too. I want one. Well, he's from California. They got the good stuff out there. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Like the movie The Rapture was filmed in California. If you ever saw that, that's pretty good. I am on wagon 2 weeks. Great. Awesome. Good for you, buddy. I don't think it's legal there. They're too liberal. The governor here in New Jersey said he's trying to make it legal. We'll see. Latina abroad. Hello. Oh, it's legal in California. Well, that's nice. I might just have to visit. Wow, that's good. And wow. Isaiah.
Daddy, push it in.
Wow. You falling out again?
Sure.
Yeah, we're just going to hide that. There's a couple of words in there, Doctrine Enforcer, that are not allowed. So I'm going to hide it. Or else I would show it, but I'm going to hide it. If one of you guys mods want to hide it, go right ahead. It's 202.
Where?
Thanks, Mike. No, just leave it. No, just stop.
Why am I awake?
Right, and that's my point. Hi, Sherry K. I think Sherry K, we already said hello, but that's my point. They should just legalize all of it. Because there's going to be people who are not going to partake in it.
He was passed out.
Good. So it's not like everybody's going to run and become a crazy or whatever. There's going to be people who are just I'm not going to do that. It's the same thing with alcohol. I mean, we could all be drunk 24/7 if you had the money. Oh, good.
I did Slime ASMR Part 1 and there's Part 2. Still up on it.
Awesome.
Check out my new 2 videos. Actually, there's like 5.
You should. I plan to. What part of California are you from, Doctrine? And I think everyone in here is from pretty much different parts. If it helps people, so be it from the earth. Yeah. Leviticus, eat your children. Well, I don't know if that means it literally. But then again, like I've heard that the Jews, they actually do eat children.
What? Savages.
Babies. I don't know how true that is. They use them for sacrifice, but that's why Jesus is the Lamb of God. See, because they were sacrificing, like crazy before Christ. So when Christ came, that's why he told them, "I am the flesh and blood. Eat my flesh and blood." You understand? To stop them from doing it. But they'll never tell you that. Gambling Joker, what's up, buddy? Hey, everything's all right. Sherry, the Chinese, oh yeah, they eat anything.
They eat dogs.
They'll eat anything. Latina, you ever been to Southern California? So I mean, that's like one of the reasons why, perhaps in the New Testament, you have Jesus saying, I am the flesh and blood. I'm the man that came down from heaven. My flesh, is the bread you eat. I am the bread. It's, flesh and blood, because they wanted to replace that with bread to stop them from doing animal sacrifices. Not much. Having a good night. Awesome, buddy. Had a party tonight. People over, made a ton of burgers and hot dogs, and I'm taking it easy right now. Having a Stella. My husband is Chinese and they eat normal food. Gosh, yeah. My girlfriend's Chinese. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they eat. Like, she's from China, so I don't know what they eat in China. But I went with another. She told me that she tried it, like dog.
Ew. That's cruel if you try dog.
Yeah, but that's
How could you eat a poor innocent dog?
And another one told me she never did. The Chinese taking our planet hell over planet. Well, I mean, I think that like Chinese and Asians in general are very nice people. They have their customs and they don't impose their customs on anyone. I mean, if I was hungry enough, I eat a dog. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, Germans eat horses. Right. People eat other humans. Right. Japanese eat whales. Exactly. All right, Mike. Then there has been known cannibalism. I mean, humans are omnivores. I mean, personally, I'm like a fan of Asians. Filipinos and Chinese, Koreans, Japanese. I think they're fascinating people. Anytime I ever met one, they've been sweethearts, the nicest, kindest people. They never look down on anybody. Like they're very nice. Like the last girlfriend I went out with, she told me, "Oh, you have a cat, and and I was like, that's just her. I'm not gonna say all Chinese people like her." Latina, you are a pagan celebrating Christmas. Well, doctrine, like I don't mind you talking to me and telling me like stuff, but like if you don't really know the guests in the room, then like don't single them out and and say things to them that you really don't know about them. All right, so just if you don't mind, like I'll let that one slide. So if you don't mind deleting that, that's cool. But until we all know each other and we know where everybody's coming from, then we don't need to like make accusations about them. Everyone I go is my church. All right, but we're gonna keep it like if you want to talk to me and say things like that to me, that's fine. We see people with small eyes. We think all of them are Chinese humans. That's true. I'm Christian and I believe in God. Me too, Latino broad. Thank you. We see people with right. Yeah, I mean Asians are like very you know good people. Well, I mean, that's, doctrine, that's your opinion. People feel that, they are Christian. So for someone to say that no one is a Christian, I mean, I don't think anybody can truly be what the Bible asks of people to be. So, maybe, no one acts 100% what the Bible wants you to be. So that's your point of view, doctrine. I have my own. Right, exactly. So, like, we're not going to go there, like, getting personal, with the people in the group. I mean, if you want to, like, make broad statements, but, like, we're not going to get, like, personal with each other because we're just, it's late. We all know each other. We all like each other here. Right. So we're just going to, try and be nice to everyone so we all have a good night. I think it's because we don't know the culture, so we don't know the differences. I also don't feel it's meant as a. Right, right. I mean, like, if you watch some channels about China and, Asia, I mean, the people are fascinating. It's fascinating. It's awesome. Right, right. I really respect other people's point of view. I don't mess up with the politics, either with religion. Right. But yeah. Oh, see, all right, doctrine. Take care. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want the guy to start, like, attacking people. Yeah, because people do that. Like, they'll come in, like this guy, doctrine. Yeah, he seemed all right a little bit. He came in a little strong and then he calmed down, and then he's tried to get strong again. But there's no point, like, attacking people, like, saying you're not this and you're not that. There's no need for that. I mean, that's just his opinion. He has no authority at all. So, how are you going to, like, tell somebody what they should believe and not believe? You're right. We all are equal. Right, right. So, like he's like the type of guy that, he wants to go around confusing everyone. Telling you, oh, there's no hell. The Holy Ghost is a magician. You can't take people like that serious. It's, uh, yeah, right. It's like I was like, dude, like, he's bringing stuff up, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe you don't understand it or whatever. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, as long as, like, I always say, like, as long as your belief doesn't preach that you want to hurt me, I'm good. You know what I mean? As long as, like, your religion says, well, you know, I want to be your friend. I don't mind what you believe. We're gonna get along no matter what. Then it's fine. It's fine. This guy was a trip, though. Hmm.
It's all the same, guys, just different ways.
Right.
Well, we're exposed to all kinds of people.
Oh yeah. That's why I always say, like, YouTube. Like, anybody know Amelie? You know that guy Amelie? He's on Facebook and he's on YouTube now. You know Amelie, right? He's a right wing activist, or he speaks like, against the left. Okay, so he made a video that he probably doesn't understand, or he probably doesn't. So I think I have something in my glasses. So he was talking about, like, YouTube algorithm or Google algorithm, and now you have Joe Rogan and you have Elon Musk. So Joe Rogan interviewed Elon Musk, and he looks highly, hold on, like he thinks Elon Musk is, a well-respected guy, which he is, and what he says makes a lot of sense to him. So he made a video that said, I searched for the Elon Musk Joe Rogan video. Yeah, Joe Rogan's a great guy. And when I searched in the search terms, all that came up was the mainstream media. Hello? Of course, that's all that's going to come up. Joe Rogan ain't going to come up. You know what I mean? Even if you search Joe Rogan in Google and search Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, because CBS, ABC, NBC, CNBC, all these stations have gigantic networks. They have gigantic websites, right? They websites been around for years. They have so much content, so many videos. Not only that, they pay for placement that Joe Rogan don't pay. Joe Rogan didn't pay to have his video with Elon Musk publicized like CBS and NBC does. That's how they make their money. They need hits. So what happened to the internet is, a long time ago, the internet was organic, meaning that if you were Joe Schmo and you were able to type out a website back then, not too long ago, really, and you had good content, original content, pictures with tags on it, you had good meta tags, you had good links, you had a lot of backlinks, right? You were number one. So what happened was, over the years, these companies came out and they started buying keywords. And they started buying the keywords as local as the borough that you live in, to as wide as the whole world. So let's say, like, for Walmart. So if they want to advertise something, they have to pay more money to be online, because they trying to reach a larger audience, versus like I used to be a photographer, right? And I had a wedding business. So I didn't want to reach people in California, because I'm not going to go to California and shoot a wedding there. I'm going to shoot a wedding in New Jersey, or perhaps in Brooklyn, right? So I'm going to keep my advertising down to that. So my keywords would be cheaper because I'm doing it locally, right? So now you have Google Maps that you can have a business and advertise locally in there. So you have to go into Google Maps, register your business, and do all that stuff. Right. So when you do search anything, naturally the big websites are going to come up first in any business. Like, I used to have a car shipping business, and the car shipping business was dog eat dog. There was a lot of guys who first started doing car shipping because of the internet. So before they had the internet, they used to fax all the loads to different transporters, because I was a broker. So when they finally got the internet, it wasn't faxed anymore. So the first guy that was able to put a website up, a good one, and not monetize it, but have
good content, have a lot of pages, have like, how-tos on it, pictures, all videos, all that stuff. They were going to come up on page one, maybe nationwide. So when Anomaly came on and he said in that video that, oh, the internet, they're, Google is mean, they're dominating the left and this and that. I left him a comment. I says, dude, you don't understand how, SEO works today. It doesn't work like you think, because just because you type in Joe Rogan doesn't mean Joe Rogan's gonna come up. Joe Rogan may not even have a website, or a website that he even pays any money for. He might have like just a regular website that somebody made for him that he probably pays hardly any money for, any attention to, so he's not gonna get any hits. Where like CBS and all these big news like Fox and all of them, they're paying through the nose for placement, because they want you to click on their website because they have advertising on that site and they want you to hit that, and that's how they make their money. So it's not like Google is trying to hide information. The reason why China took Google out of China is because of that. Because they didn't want the Chinese to get influenced by Google. That's what happened. They didn't want Google in there, running their, putting out what they want as information, because they didn't want competition from other companies. So in order for them to absolutely right, you always preach the truth. Oh, thanks, Gambling. Thanks, Joker. So what they do is, so Google, instead of having that sort of keyword competition of paying, which, let's say for instance you're a lawyer and you need divorce, you're going to pay $25 a hit, a click for that. You're going to pay big money for those clicks. Like if you're a gambling site, you could pay $100 a click. Because think about it, if you pay $100 for one guy to come to your website and he hands you $4,000, $10,000, that $100 is peanuts. So when you go to AdWords, all these, you pay per click. You know what I mean? And depending on what you're selling is how much you're going to pay. So if you're a photographer, a wedding photographer, and you want to travel the country to shoot weddings and you want to get people in California, you're going to pay a lot of money for that. So Amelie's a good guy. He says a lot of good things, but I think like maybe he was a little wrong in that department. Where Google's trying to pull the wool over our heads. They're pushing liberal agenda. I did search what he was talking about, and I didn't see Fox. So you can search yourself. It's Joe Rogan, Elon Musk. So I mean, a lot of these guys too that like Elon Musk, he's gonna say things that are gonna scare you. You're gonna think, oh, these guys are all against me. Google is not against us. Google's looking to make money. That's it. And then you have to say to yourself, like, just how big is Google? Where Amelie, he's making money on YouTube. He's got a lot of subscribers. He's monetized. He gets a lot of views, and his videos are monetized. So YouTube and Google, how are they conspiring against anybody when we're all making money on it, or potentially can make money on it? Google's the only platform that allows people like us to share in their company, in their wealth. Even though like people say, they need us. Okay, they need us, right? But we need them because we want to make a few bucks too. But you can't go to Internet Explorer and make a few bucks. You can't go to Netscape if they even still exist. You can't go to what was that big? You can't go anywhere online to make money. Only Google allows you to make money, and Google has been doing it for years before YouTube with AdWords and AdSense. Like if you opened up a vlog online and you typed every day and you wrote every day and you had a huge vlog, you were making money on clicks. People you put the advertising in there with a little box, and people will click on that, and guys are making a fortune. On their vlogs. But I think Chinese have a Google on one platform. I know they don't let Facebook to be part of their social media platform since they have their own. I think they have WeChat or something like that. So like they have their own Facebook. I wouldn't want Facebook either if I was China. They don't need Facebook. They got their own stuff. Which is right. China should like keep their people Chinese. Why have outside influence? Good morning, sir. Just wanted to ask you, have followed the Burning Night move? Well, I'm not following like any particular move. I did make a video about the Nike, their agenda, or they believed that with Coleman they were going to make more money, or they were going to attract a certain group of people just to their brand. If that was their reason, who knows what the reason was behind. I mean, Michael Jordan, he's on the board of directors. So I don't know if that was any reason why they selected Coleman. I mean, I think the picture that they used of Coleman is pretty terrible. The fact that they even said to him, you're off figure for just do it. I mean, what did he do athletically? That's an athletic award. He didn't win. I don't think he won a Heisman Trophy. I don't think he won a Super Bowl. I don't think he won a champion. I don't think he did anything. He was just like a regular quarterback. He did his best. He played in the NFL. And, he got washed up like any other athlete gets washed up. Oh, wow, 48. That's awesome. I wish all the videos were like that. 48,000. Someone says, you're going to hit 1 million views. I was like, get out. It's going to die out. Nobody's going to watch no more. 1 million views. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Man, 1 million views. Man, I was watching Casey Neistat. He got 1.2 million views in a day. That's impressive. And I was watching one. It was about the national anthem. I did a live stream earlier today, and I was looking at national anthem YouTube videos. There's this lady, she sung it, 49 million views in 6 years. 49 million views. Whitney Houston, right? She comes up number one in the search term because, she's a big name. And even though that other singer got 49 million views, Whitney Houston only got 14 million views, right? But Whitney Houston, she's probably got videos that got 100 million views, right? Where the other lady, that could be her best video, the 49 million. So she ranked number 2 right under Whitney Houston, right? So in the live stream, I was saying, well, look at this. These guys are kneeling to the national anthem. They don't want to salute the flag. Where here you have a national anthem video with 49 million views. So if you add them all up, that's a lot of views that people are actually taking the time to watch the national anthem and listen to it. And there's a lot of videos on the national anthem, like about Fort McHenry, Francis Scott Key, all that stuff. PewDiePie. Oh, let's talk about PewDiePie. You want to talk about organic? So like I was talking about before, like, Google used to be organic until companies brought up keywords. And, and then, so meaning that like if you're a small company and you have a shitty WordPress website, right? that you paid no money for, and you have less than 10 pages, right? Which is nothing, okay? And there's no content. You can actually go to one of these companies, pay them, and they will put you on page one. Now, there's two ways of doing it. You could pay like super money, and they'll get you, and you can get a lot of like backlinks, and they can put you organically on page one, not right away. Or you can pay like you could do AdWords and have a campaign and pay per click, depending on how broad of a keyword or how strong of a keyword you want to use. But PewDiePie, being the most popular man in the world, and I'm going to tell you why he's the most popular man in the world, is because he has almost 70 million organic subscribers. So meaning that, PewDiePie has never advertised. I mean, have you ever seen PewDiePie on national TV? Have you ever heard PewDiePie on the radio? I've never heard PewDiePie until I hit YouTube. So, I mean, you've heard of Michael Jackson, right? You've heard of Whitney Houston. You've heard of all those guys. So all those guys, technically, even though they have so many views, so many subscribers, their views are, their subscribers are actually paid for. Like, they paid for those subscribers. Not buying their subscriptions, but like through the advertising they paid for them selling their albums, people, and hearing them on the radio, people go and watch the YouTube video. The video, we once had MTV. Now we have YouTube, so MTV's gone. Thank you for your answer. People are watching more and more of those videos because they are thinking about it on social media all around the world. I am from Belgium. Well, thank you for coming in the stream, Melissa. Appreciate that. And I've been to Belgium, and I think Belgium's a beautiful country. I actually stayed in Belgium for a week or a week and a half, and I traveled to Paris from there. I went to Amsterdam, and I did it all by train. And I rode in those horrible taxis, like those London cabs. Oh, man. It's like they have no shock absorbers. But London is a very nice town, very nice people, awesome place. And so PewDiePie is a very famous guy because all his subscribers are organic. No one's topping PewDiePie in the subscriber list. Yeah, even Casey Neistat, he's pretty organic because, who's Casey Neistat? So you pretty much YouTube are almost as famous, if not more famous than movie stars. They just don't make the money movie stars make. So you get a movie star, one video, they're $20-30 million for a video where, Casey Neistat could never dream of making that on YouTube, or even PewDiePie. But PewDiePie makes so much money that his banner is bought and paid for. That's my daughter. I think she's tired and she wants to go to bed, so I have to put her to bed. No. That's her Elmo.
I'm going to sleep.
And I'm going to thank everyone in the room for being here. Mr. Malloy, Latina Abroad, Melissa Waters, thanks for coming in. Please subscribe, leave a like. Gambling Joker, thanks for coming in, buddy. Sherry K, Carmelo 727, and Doctrine Enforcer is here. Mr. Greenwoo 001, we had a great conversation.
Latina Abroad.
Abroad.
Bye.
And there was a lot of people here. And JB with the hoodie was here. And who's here earlier? But I want to thank you guys for coming in. And maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. And peace out. And God bless everyone. Thank you.